right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the show. So good to have each and every one of you. And yes, I was eating coffee beans. I like coffee that much that I would just literally stick a bean in my mouth. So today on the show, we're going to be doing a listen together. If this is your first time here, I welcome you. If you have been here any number of times, then you're going to hear the same spiel. But this channel exists to simplify the complexities of the home studio and to help you make professional sounding music in a less than professional space. The motto that is around here is that we can dream alone, we can create alone, but together we can achieve so much more. So today we're going to actually be going through the November Song Contest submissions. A lot of interesting submissions have been submitted. More talent than I could even throw a stick at. I mean, every time that we've had these, we've been having these since March, pretty much since the pandemic hit, as a means to just sort of get our minds off of things and collaborate and stay creative. And since we've been doing these, my Atlanta, the submissions just keep getting better and better and better. The group that's here, even here in the chat today, have become more and more close-knit. It's almost like a family around here. I really feel like it is a family. So today we're going to be listening to the submissions together. And just like always, whenever we listen to the submission, we'll listen to a song. And then I'll give just a brief constructive critique of it, whether it needs more production elements or maybe some things that you could do to balance it out to make it better. However, there have been times in the past where I really can't say much about the mix. And so it's getting to that point now where we're pretty much just listening together and everybody's minds are blown and everybody's like, what in the world? Which is great. That's what this whole channel is about. So Audio Surgeon, thank you so much, buddy, for the super sticker. While we're on that note, let's go ahead and jump over to our chart toppers. These are individuals who have helped the channel to grow through the auspices of monetary donation, whether that be through a Patreon membership, which you can see on the right-hand side of their name with a small Patreon logo, or on the left-hand side, you're going to see how much they have donated through either the Super Chat feature or some other, whether it be PayPal or something like that. So thank you guys so much. And Audio Surgeon has already kicked it off with an awesome, looks like a flying pear, and a awesome donation of $9.99. Thank you so much, buddy. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you, every one of you, whether you have given in monetary ways or whether you've just showed up to every stream. It's very important, and I appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you so much. Now let's go ahead and dive into some of this music. And we're going to actually get to listen to some, what I feel like is probably some of the best music that we've had on here in probably the whole time that we've done this. And I keep saying that like every time, like, you know, I don't think it's getting to a point now where it's just like, okay, guys, really? So yet again, kudos to everybody who has submitted. If you did not submit, don't feel bad. You can listen along with us. And maybe you've got something in the oven that you haven't quite got to pull out yet and to share with the world. And that's totally fine too. The other thing that I do want to say though is if you're of maybe the camp where maybe you're just afraid to submit something because you think maybe it's not good enough, that's really the whole point of this. And you will find out more times than any that whenever a song is presented, there has never been, at least in the whole time that I've been doing this, there has never been anyone who has said anything derogatory or negative about any submissions. Everybody here is very supportive. And the whole point of this is not to bash one another's mixes or to say whose is the greatest and who is the best and all of that mess. But it's really just about actually releasing things, because we talk about this on the channel a lot. The more that you release, the more that you perform and produce, the better you're going to get. You are only as good as the large body of work that you've created. And so what this is doing is these individuals who are grinding at it and are releasing the stuff, every time that you release something, even if you don't think it's good, quote unquote, you're getting past that psychological and that mental block that holds you back a lot of times from putting your stuff out there. And then you realize that really wasn't so bad. Like a lot of people liked that. So that's what this is all about. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm going to go ahead and stick my headphones on. And one other thing, for those of you who have been wondering now, we do early Christmas around here all the time. Ever since me and my wife have been married, we've went sometimes 2 weeks ahead of time and opened up every single Christmas present that we had. We just don't like waiting. But we're being a little bit more reserved this year, but we have been opening up a present every Friday up until Christmas. Just something on the weekends when we're all together that we can kind of, something to keep my son busy. He loves to read, so we got him some Mark Sheverton Minecraft books. But I got a really special present that I was not expecting. I was looking at him. You guys know we've been talking about it. And all of a sudden, my wife and my son says, hey, we've got you something. So let's check the lamp out. I have Lava Cam. Look at this bad boy. Oh, yeah. The crazy thing, too, is this lava lamp is like the exact one that I've been looking at. And I don't know how that she knew. Maybe, I don't know. My favorite color is blue, so I'm assuming that she, picked up on that. But this is like, it's everything I wanted in a lava lamp and more. And it means so much to me, too, knowing that they took time out to really, man, just look at that thing. It's a beaut. So for those of you that are here that don't know what in the world's going on right now and you tuned in for a live stream, we're all just basking in the glory of this lava lamp. And if at any time things get a little bit rough on this stream and people might start getting stressed out about who's going to win and what's going to happen next, we'll just switch to the lava cam and it'll just mellow everybody. Look at that. Look at that beautiful gelatinous blob that's just... Ben Grauer, hey buddy. Says he just joined Patreon. Nice. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Looks like a rocket. Good deal. Well, hopefully it'll carry us into the heights of space today. All right, let's go ahead and check this out. Oh, one other thing that's changed in the background of this that you maybe didn't notice. Let me switch to the webcam only shot here. Hanging on the wall. Oh, wrong. Hanging on the wall back here. Yeah, right. I can't. It's behind me. Right here is my brand new certificate for my completion of the National Society for Leadership and Success. I am a presidential member now and have furthered my knowledge of leadership. So anytime you got a time like this where things are happening and everything's crazy, like it has been, you can either take advantage of the situation and make the best out of it, or you can crawl up in a hole and die. And I chose to literally just, take advantage of the situation and try to do something with it. So Jeremiah Peterson, I think we have a newcomer. Let's give him a round of applause. I think that's the first time I've seen him comment. Good deal. Keith says, when the zombie apocalypse happens, you're in charge. Wow. Okay. I'll be like, all right, every zombie, pick up an instrument. We're going to jam. And then they'll be lost in the music. And so Mark says, give myself a cheer. All right, I'll do that. Why not? It is definitely an accomplishment, especially with everything else that's been going on, the schooling, sicknesses, COVID, you name it. It's very disheartening during this time and hour to try to further yourself or do anything. And so picking yourself up by the bootstrap and making yourself do something is definitely not an easy task, but well worth it. So with that being said, I see that we have, part of this was me rambling and part of this was me stalling and part of this was me wanting to show off the cool stuff. We have 16 viewers currently right now with 9 likes. If you have not liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you like it. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into the music because that's why we're all here, right? We're going to listen to Audio Surgeon's submission first, and this is called Hybrid. Let me make sure that this is actually going to be able to be heard. Awesome. I played a little bit of just a clip there. Let me know that you guys were able to hear that before we go through these submissions. It already sounds cool and very wide already too. So when I get the thumbs up, we'll go ahead and start listening. I want to make sure that you guys can hear him though. I don't want to. Awesome. Audio Surgeon says he can hear it. Everyone else says we're all good. I've been doing this long enough now that I feel like I know when you guys can hear it and when you can't, just by looking at my meters, but it never hurts to double check. Okay, so let's listen to Audio Surgeon's Hybrid is the name of this song. What? This is so cool. Nice little break there. Nice use of the stereo field there. Wow. Wow. Very, very cool. Great submission, Audio Surgeon. Like I said, this is one of those instances where it's like, okay, what do I say? So if there was any sort of constructive feedback that I could give on this, it would just be, I think there could have been a little bit more instrumentation added to just create some excitement. However, the song in and of itself, the balance of the mix sounded absolutely amazing. The kick was just pumping. It sounded great. The stereo field usage, you did everything right as far as the painting and using your stereo field options that you had available. And it sounded EQ'd very well. So if I remember back to some of the earlier submissions of things that you'd submitted versus this, you have went from like here to here. I'm talking like major jump in production quality. So I think just a few more like sprinkled in effects, some I would like to hear some more of that vocoder stuff going on in the background with maybe like a female voice or something, kind of like a beck and call type thing. But really, man, great submission. Excellent submission. Okay, so Diz Disley is up next. Every time we hear Diz Disley, his name in this chat, we know that it's going to be something usually upbeat, get your foot tapping, make you want to dance. So I can only imagine that it's going to be something similar. And the title of this song is Thanking God Is Ours. That's interesting.
Tell me what you want, tell me what you need, tell me where you've been, what you've seen, tell me who you love, tell me where you're gone.
Beautiful.
Tell me how you like, hooray.
Wow, this is awesome. I'm a big fan of acoustic music too, and this is just like... Excellent guitar work, man.
No matter how you try, been sitting here, and you roll back, you know it's true. We get all over here with your right in line, either way it goes. Stars in the night, thinking God is yours. You surrender at the stars, looking in the night, thinking God is yours. Put it right, put it right, put it right, put it right. You died long. God is yours. Fucking God is yours. Reaching out for the stars of night. Fucking God is yours. Fucking God is yours. And you put it right.
Wow. Excellent, excellent song, man. Love the feel of that. So the thing with this song is I feel like the reverb was a little bit distracting at times, but it almost like played into the narrative of the song. It's like it was too much, and then it would kind of like fade out to where it's like it almost like was a give and a take with the song. So it's hard to say whether I would really change it drastically. The guitars sounded beautiful. I was expecting to hear a guitar solo. In fact, an acoustic guitar solo in the middle of that, I think would have just really set that off. A little bit of EQ, sort of like the high mids and the low mids, I think would have helped to clean up some of the vocals a little bit and just add a little bit of sheen to them at the top end. Other than that, man, that song was spot on. And some in the chat here are saying, maybe Bop Studio says a fiddle would have been nice in it. Yeah, I could definitely hear that. But this is one of those songs too, that if nothing else was added to it, just the guitar and the vocals alone, because the nature of the song, it almost like sold the song itself. And, just because we have 150 VSTI instruments that we can throw on something doesn't always mean that we have to. Mark George says a harmonica. Yeah, that would have been, I could definitely hear a harmonica or a fiddle, either one. A stand-up bass would have sounded great too. But given the fact that he's doing this with what he's got, definitely great job. So, wow. All right, next up is Ed Thorne. I was actually very surprised to see Ed submit something. In all the times that I've done this, I know that he kind of has peeked in on them from time, Heinrich, I'm gonna butcher the name, but I'm gonna try to say it. Heinrich Schmidt. I'm assuming that's German. Let's give him a round of applause. I believe that's his first time here. Nice to have you, Heinrich. So next up is Ed Thorne with a song called "The World Falls Out of the Sky." Now I'm assuming, knowing Ed's level of expertise, that this song is probably already mixed and mastered, and I'm going to assume that it's got some very tasty drum work on it, especially if he did the drums on this. So I'm looking forward to this one. I can only imagine. Wow. Man alive. Excellent work, Ed Thorne. You stinking knocked it out of the park, brother. I'm texting him right now, actually. I'm going to ask him who the artist was, as we have people in the chat, and all he wrote was Ed Thorne. So I don't know if he mixed and mastered it or if that was actually him. Hopefully he'll respond here. Okay, so just got a hold of Ed Thorne. Sending him a quick text to see if he'll, I told him, I said, just listen to your submission. Amazing. Who is the artist? They'd like to know. I mean, I'd like to know. We'd all like to know. Great stuff. The only thing constructive-wise feedback that I can give on this, which I kind of feel like I don't want to in some sense, because he has his own YouTube channel and I don't want to step on his toes. He has his own audio business. But because he did submit it, he, of course, I'm sure was expecting some form of constructive criticism. Everything sounded very, very clean. Oh, Disley just got a hold of me and said he's actually updated the song and he sent me the wrong version. If that was the wrong version, good night, Irene. I bet the other version probably sounds even better. Which is fine. We all go through that. I've sent the wrong files before to the person. They were like, this isn't even my song. So totally understand. But yeah, constructive criticism for this one, if I could offer any, would just be that there towards the end, which everybody in the chat was kind of seeing this, there's a lot of limiting going on right here. And that's not bad, especially given what genre of music this was. It kind of, it played into that. However, I could hear the limiter actually working, like overworking, to where the drums were getting like a little over compressed and a lot of the transients just weren't poking through. Just kind of like I felt like they could have. So, but really, man alive, what could I really say much about that? That song was absolutely amazing. I love the vibe, the feeling behind it, the instrumentation, the stereo width, everything about it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so next up is Herky Acuff with the song Obviously Always is the name of this song. I hear some stereo widening going on.
Oh, and I will see you again tomorrow. Oh, and I will see you day after day after day after day. Empty hands, shattered heart, generally bashful, fading years, melting tears, unimaginative. And I would like to get to know you well. It seems you've been through hell, and I will pledge to make a difference. So come and walk with me and talk with me and smile a while. Don't be afraid to try. Oh, and I will see you again tomorrow. Oh, and I will see you day after day after day after day. Oh, and I will see you again tomorrow. Oh, and I will see you day after day after day after day. Ill-defined hills to climb, tentative lead a ship, drift away back today, unenthusiastic. And I would like to see some more of you and hear your points of view on a few important issues. So come and walk with me and talk with me and be yourself tonight. Don't be afraid to try. Oh, and I will see you again tomorrow. Oh, and I will see you day after day after day after day. Oh, and I will see you again tomorrow. Oh, and I will see you day after day after day after day. Oh, and I will see you again
Nice.
tomorrow. Oh, and I will see you day after day after day after day.
Nice. Sounded really good. Man, yet again, the song kind of lent itself to not having a lot of instrumentation in it. It just kind of, it worked. I'm noticing that some of these submissions, they're not real drum heavy, and somehow it's working, which is proof that, a lot of times a well-written song, a well-produced song is one of those things that, it doesn't necessarily need a lot of elements, especially if the lyrics are, holding it up. So that definitely, the only thing constructively that I could give to this is that it seemed as if, and it's already been stated here in the chat, that some reverb would have helped to kind of marry that to the rest of the mix. It also sounded like there was a little bit of some stereo widening that was done with a widening plug-in on the guitars themselves. If I'm wrong, please correct me. If you double track them and pan them and just treated them different, that could have been another instance of that. But either way, it sounded like it was a little off balance. Sounded good though. The acoustic guitar is not an easy instrument to record by any means. So to get it to sound that clear, that good, just like with your song, with Disley's song, to get that acoustic guitar to translate well through a mix, that's an achievement in and of itself. So kudos to you on that. He says, okay, so Ed has responded. He says, thanks, man. The artist, also me. What? Good deal. Not trying to ignore you guys. So I told him, I said, awesome. We are loving it. We're live right now if you want to hop on. Yeah, that's probably impossible to see that. But anyway. So that was Ed, who not only submitted the song, but apparently that was him. Very cool. Very, very cool. All right. So Herky Acuff, good job on the song, man. Yet again, you guys are just knocking it out of the park. I didn't expect anything less. So up next is Keith Lane and his song 1995. Before we go there, let's just check this out again. Oh yeah, look at that movement. Look at that beautiful movement. Okay, here we are again. P Percussion. I believe it is a first time here. Good to see you, buddy. Always happy to have first timers. We are basically just going through some amazing work right now by individuals who have submitted songs for a song contest, which, by the way, there will be a December song contest as well. And no, it is not. Here I go again. If it is not your first time and I give you a crowd cheer, you get an extra crowd cheer then, because who cares, What happened to your memory? Exactly. I have to be perfectly honest. We have so many people that come and go on these things that it's hard for me to keep track. If you're not here like every single time, I will probably forget, just simply because I don't know. Too many drugs in my younger years, I guess. But anyway, good to have you again, and we'll still give you an extra crowd cheer for putting up with me not remembering that you've been here the first time. So, we've went ahead and listened to the first 4 submissions. We're going to follow up now with Keith Lane's 1995. We've checked out the Lava Cam just for Keith before this to give him some good luck. So here we go.
Back in 1995, I was dancing in this club. The DJ was spinning. The vibe was out of this world. And then suddenly, he turns up with this crew, trying to be all cool. You know what? Can somebody just get him out of here? Get out of my house.
So cool. Wow. It's getting ready to get crazy. Look. Good night.
Get out.
Ooh, nice. Ooh, like a dissonance. That bass. My goodness. Man alive. Great intro, great ending. The entire thing just kept your attention. The bass line, the hop to the rhythm of the beat. I mean, all this stuff was just like, and then about midpoint there in the break, or the bridge, I should say, I guess if you would call it that, that you have this way of it's only in, it's like your style, it's like your signature, your fingerprint, so to speak, on your music, that you have this way of creating like this oral excitement to where it's almost like it gets you to the verge of being like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna stinking go insane. Like it tricks your brain into thinking like you're running down a hallway or falling off an elevator or something crazy, and then you end it at just the right time to bring you back to reality, and you get back on this beat, and it's like, oh my goodness, dude, I don't even know what to say to add to that. I mean, that's one of those songs, like, people are blowing up the chat right now talking about the energy that's created from this song. Like, literally, like, this is one of those things, like, if your pet just got hit by a car, like, you would play this and it would bring it back to life or something crazy. You know, crude example, but man alive. I don't even know what to add to that. The stereo field usage, perfect. Almost too good at times, because like I said, it was when it was going back and forth, I was like, oh my goodness, I feel like I'm going to faint, or something crazy is going to happen. My heart's going to explode, something crazy. Anyway, excellent work. The mix, the balance, the bass, I loved every bit of it. Every bit of it. Man, you guys are not making this easy at all. I'm supposed to pick one, okay? You're not making it easy, none of you. Shame on you in a good way. He says the echo pan is your fault, Robert. You suggested it for the rain song. Oh, I do remember saying that. Hey, see, I remembered something. P percussion. Evidently not the fact that you've been here before, but I did remember that I had said in one of the previous songs that he'd submitted that I'd like to hear that. Now I'm almost like scared to make suggestions. Great work, Keith. Excellent. You know what? Just for that, we're going to go ahead and check out the lava cam again. Everybody just needs to chill out now for a minute. Just look at the lava cam and realize that your heart needs to slow down for a minute. The brain patterns can just relax a bit. Okay. All right. I think we're good now. We can come back to the real world. Okay. Next up is Marcel Walden. I am absolutely positive that this is going to be another one that's going to be mind-blowing. Marcel has done so much great work in the past. This song is called Out of the Blue, and Marcel has literally come out of the blue and helped on a couple of different projects, one of which he's helping out with now, which I was hoping to be able to submit for this contest, but I'm currently waiting on a lead guitar track, possibly from a coworker who's going to be laying down a lead guitar track, because I wanted this to be a multi-collaboration deal on the song that I'm working on. We shall see if maybe it'll be submitted December. It's not really a December type song. It's actually very rocky for my standards, but we'll see. So nonetheless, after working with Marcel on numerous occasions, I have a feeling that this is going to be mind-blowing more than likely. Jimmy Eliason says, I messed it up again. Elison, Jimmy Eliason. He spelled it out for me the last time and I still can't say it. Ellison, Jimmy Ellison. I think it was Ellison. Anyway, he asked, were there many songs today? Yes, we've already listened to 5. We're going on our 6th right now. We have 11 total. Tim Consley, you're in the chat. I need to know, am I listening to the remix or the first one you sent, Do You Know the Way? Or are we listening to the Do You Know the Way remix? So if you're still in the chat, I need to know that, because it was only one submission. So we'll have to listen to one and not the other. So we have 11 submissions total. Okay, so he said the remix. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one then. Okay. We're going to listen now to Marcel Walden's Out of the Blue. And maybe we'll listen to this one while we're looking at the lava cam. That'll help chill us out. Nice. Nice.
I just hope it's not in vain.
spotted your silhouette. Would I take the chance and show to you that now it's hit me right out of the blue? If I could make it back to where we've met, when I looked across the room and spotted your silhouette, would I take the chance?
Wow. Wow. Marcel, good job on the song, brother. If there's just some things I could add to that, it would just be the bass, the low end of the bass sounded great. It sounded like it was coming through, at times it was poking through like it needed to be. But the higher end registry of the bass just seemed to disappear completely. And I think a way that you could have fixed that was just by putting a limiter on the bass and sort of dialing it back and letting the limiter control the volume of the highs and the lows. Apart from that, the vocals seem like they set in the mix well, but they needed to be brought up just a little bit. I was kind of struggling to hear them sometimes. Yet again, just a small amount of limiter on that would have been amazing. The song in and of itself, though, was great. Love the instrumentation. The stereo width on that was awesome. You could definitely tell that was true stereo width, and that's what I loved about it. That was the double-tracked acoustic guitar. There were several instruments that were double-tracked. You could definitely hear there was true stereo information there. That was not a one-knob wonder that you take a mono track and crank it up and it's stereo. So very, very good. Yeah, another great submission. Kudos to you, Marcel. I just reached out to him on Instagram and let him know that we were listening to a song and that I loved it. So, which, by the way, if you guys have not followed one another, if you guys have Instagram accounts or YouTube channels of your own, go over to the Facebook page, join the private Facebook group that we have there, the HSS collab group, and share that, because it won't let you share links here in the chat, but share those channels with one another and help to get everybody on board with one another and start following each other's work, because to be perfectly honest, every one of these individuals are overly talented. And some of the collaboration work that I've done just in the past few months with Marcel, he is like over the top. And he's not afraid to be like, oh, I messed up, I'll re-record this, no problem. Whenever he does anything, it's done with candor, it's done with greatness in mind. He never once has ever sent me anything that was unusable. So, and if there was anything that he sent me that I was like, is there any way that maybe you could do this or do this? He was very quick to say absolutely and wouldn't think twice about it. So I'm going to post, because he's a member of that group, glory to glory to glory. Thank you so much. I appreciate the $4.99 super chat. That's $4.99, not $499. He actually gave a super sticker, and it's a little pair that says, keep it up. And they're lifting weights. I won't be doing that, but Lord knows I need to. So I'm posting in the chat right now the link to that group that I just spoke of. And if you want to get involved in that, you guys can begin to collaborate with one another, reach out to one another, find out what you all are into. And I don't know what is with the pairs. It's a YouTube thing. It's part of their super stickers. They're definitely They're definitely colorful, though. I like them. So far on this chat today, we've already got a... Let's see. Yeah, we've already got Audio Surgeon donated $9.99. And Glory to Glory to Glory has just donated $4.99. That is awesome, guys. Thank you so very much. And right before the holidays, that will help to keep the lights on, so to speak. Greatly appreciate that. And as most of you know, none of this stuff, I mean, this takes time. And yeah, it's free, but it definitely does take time. So thank you so much for doing that. I greatly appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Which I want to bring up too, before we get into Mark George's song, which I have a feeling is going to be another banger. Every song submission that he does now is just off the charts. I do want to bring up the fact, which I kind of briefly touched on it the other day, but I want to really let you guys know about this as well. Let me see here. Finding the... Okay, so I just posted a link to the YouTube membership. YouTube has allowed me now to open up a membership here on the site, which if you are not familiar with YouTube membership, it's basically just like Patreon, only it's through YouTube alone. So that would keep everybody here. And what I'm going to do is on the YouTube membership, I just kind of slide this over here so you can see this. You can start out as an intern, which is just $1.99 a month. And what you'll get with that is loyalty badges. So for your first month, you'll get a little like hand waving next to your name, and everybody will know that you're a member. And then for each consecutive month that you're here, all the way up to years. So for the first month, second month, sixth month, all the way up to 1 and 2 years, you'll get extra badges, which means when those badges are shown, it's going to show your commitment here to the channel. You'll also get custom emojis that you can use in the chat, a guitar, a lava lamp, imagine that, a little set of faders, and a thumbs up that looks sort of like the thumbs up here on YouTube. You can also sign up for $4.99. You get the assistant engineer, where you'll gain access to members only live streams, which I'm going to be doing. You'll get access to everything before this that's available to the intern level too, but you'll also get access to members only live streams. These will be in-depth trainings where I take on questions. I do live mixing tutorials, live tutorials, period. You can also sign up for $10 a month as a lead engineer, and that will have you an all-access training pass. So anything that I release as far from this point forward and anything that I've previously released, whether it be the Ultimate Cakewalk by BandLab tutorial course, whether it be the Creating a Song Step-by-Step video course, whatever course it is, you then will have access to that. I will give you access to that. And anytime that those are updated, you'll have immediate access to that. And then, of course, this is the clincher that I thought nobody is ever going to sign up for this. But why not put it on here? You can also sign up for $49.99 a month as a chief engineer, where you will get literally one-on-one training with me once a month. I'll sit down with you for an hour. We'll go through everything that you might be struggling with in your home studio. We'll go through songs maybe that you want to work on, and I can give you pointers, whether it's one-on-one training, whether it's just a quick Skype call, whatever it might be. You'll get literally like access to me one-on-one. Now you can also purchase Skype time with me, one-on-one Skype time through my YouTube page, which Ben Grauer, he's here in the chat. He's hit me up on that on numerous occasions and been so gracious to pay me for that. So thank you so much for that. Also, not Ben Grauer, but I'm trying to think of the gentleman's name. Heinrich. He has hit me up, and we did some one-on-one Skype sessions. Got his studio lined out in 2 30-minute Skype sessions. We got his studio lined out, sounding great, and got his vocals to sound better in his space. Also, James Sheets, he paid for a Skype session. We set it up. He was having problems with his microphone. We figured it out in a matter of 10 to 20 minutes, and I prorated that. And then he said, no, I'm going to give you the full amount. So anyway, those are options there that are now available to you to join the YouTube, the HSS channel membership. If you'd like to do that, that's just one more way that you can help support the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And that will be a monthly reoccurring bill, just like the Patreon would be. All right, so let's go straight into Mark George's song. This one is called Pandora's Box. Let's take a listen. What? Very cool. Very Carmina Burrata, almost. Beautiful. Nice. Nice. Good night, man. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Opening tune. That's, oh, you guys are nuts. Awesome. Awesome. Excellent instrumentation as usual. Excellent work in general. Just sounds absolutely amazing. Love it. Things that I would add, I feel like Keith has already mentioned, but it seems as if could have been just a little bit more high-end sheen, like especially in those strings. Everything else sounded pretty well balanced. There was a good use of the stereo field there. Loved the voices. Loved the way that it just flowed. Yet again, it sounded like a movie trailer. Like you literally should be writing movie trailers. I feel like you have missed your calling. You need to hit up some kind of a sync library and tell them that you write movie trailers. Awesome stuff. In fact, if we go to this point right here, check this out. It was a day unlike any other. The sky was dark and lowering. only one man would be left standing in the battlefield. This summer, Casey Kasem Videos presents One Night Only. Carmina, you're nada. I'm telling you, this is the stuff that only dreams are made of. Okay, excellent work, Mark. I didn't expect anything less. I knew he was going to knock it out of the park. Not a lot that I can add to that. Again, just awesome work as usual. Man, you guys are making this hard. Okay, so let's go on now to Reginald Worthington. High Low by Worthy. High Low by Worthy. I think the song's title is High Low. But anyway, we're going to check this out. We need to do a radio bit for this. Okay, let's check this out. We do have the lava cam up on the right-hand side of the screen now. This is a cheap webcam that was sent to me by an undisclosed company. So if you're seeing some glitchiness in that, that's the reason why. It's just not a very good webcam, which is why I never reviewed it. I didn't want to give them a bad review. I mean, they sent me a free webcam, but I didn't necessarily want to review it either and be like, hey guys, you should buy this, because as you can see, it's glitchy. Anyway, you are correct. I do want to solo that track. Thank you, David Priest, which, by the way, I believe he is a first-timer. I'm probably wrong. I really hope I'm not, but I've been wrong nearly every time in the last few times. So if you're a first-timer on here, just raise your hand. Let me know that you're a first-timer. We'll just give everybody a big crowd cheer anyway. Who cares? Give them all a crowd cheer. Awesome. Okay, so let's listen to Reginald Worthington's High Low.
1, 2, 3.
Ooh, nice.
Feel scared, running wild, searching for a little child.
Ooh, I like that pan.
Hiding somewhere deep inside. Time to coax him out for a ride.
Nice.
Searching high, searching low. Just when he's needed, he will not show.
That guitar is nice.
Sometimes when I go to bed, he's there dancing around in my head, spinning tales, telling his lies. The perfect prankster in his Sandman's disguise. Feeling high, feeling low. I just wanna tell him to let me go.
The tone on that lead is amazing. Ooh.
Hush my
I'm telling you what, the tone on that. That tone sounded absolutely amazing on that lead guitar right there. I don't know if you're in the chat, Reginald, comment and let us know how in the world you got that guitar tone. It sounds like, I want to say it sounds like a live amp. I could be wrong, but it sounds absolutely gorgeous. So if you're still in the chat, hop in there and let us know how you got that guitar tone. I say us, I really mean me. That sounded really good. Good job by all thus far. You guys are just absolutely amazing. All right. Wow. Next on the list. When It All Goes Down. This is Mark Bergstaller's song he submitted. Now, he submitted this song before. He specifically resubmitted this song because he said he took into account the things that I said in the last song submission that he did, sort of as a quick critique. And he is here. Reginald. Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the Reginald himself. The General is here. Reginald, let us know how in the world you got that lead guitar tone. Let me know anyway. I don't know if anyone else cares to know, but man, that sounded good to my ears. I really would like to know how you got that. Is that an amp simulator? Did you record a real amp? It sounds like a real amp. That's why I'm curious. At any rate, Mark Bergstaller resubmitted this after taking into account some of the constructive feedback that I gave him on it the first time around. So him and his buddy sat down and made the changes and resubmitted. So let's check out the song now. I have a feeling Mark Bergstaller, if you've not listened to any of his music as of yet on here, is yet again another amazing guitar player, and he knows tone as well. So I can only imagine. Let's take a listen now to Mark Bergstaller's When It All Goes Down. Nice.
You've been dragging my name all over town, and you play it a game of lost and found. Well, I've seen it before, and I know for sure when it all goes down, who's to blame when your stars fall to the ground? When it all goes down, don't you know that the wheel always comes around?
Nice.
Well, I never understood who you think you are, and I can't believe you would let it go this far. But I know for sure what you're headed for. When it all goes down, who's to blame when your stars fall to the ground?
Nice.
When it all goes down, don't you know that the wheel always comes around? You use words like a dagger and think it doesn't matter, but you cut too deep this time around. When it all goes down, who's to blame when your stars fall to the ground? When it all goes down, don't you know that the wheel always comes around?
Love it.
Well, I guess it's up to me. Gotta let it go. 'Cause you'll never really see, and you'll never know. It's a web of lies. Time you realize when it all goes down, who's to blame when your stars fall to the ground? When it all goes down, don't you know that the wheel
Nice ending too. I love that fade out. I'm a big fan of fade outs. Very, very cool. Great submission. And thank you for taking into account a lot of the things that I had constructively given you feedback on, because, man, that sounds a whole lot better. I mean, it sounded good when you first submitted it, but now it's like, wow. As audio surgeon, this song's ready for distribution. Absolutely. It's ready. There are a few wonky things happening with the guitars at the very beginning. It sounds like some phase issues, or maybe that stereo widening effect that you have a tendency to use is still left over, or you threw it on there anyway, or something like that. There's still something not quite right. But once the mix gets into the full swing of things, it kind of gets buried in there. You don't hear it as much. Excellent use of the stereo field. Bass sounds great. Everything just sounds really well balanced. The vocals are right where they need to be. So kudos to you, man. That was excellent work. Next is Russell Wyatt. I believe this is Russell's first time submitting a song. So, and also Reginald has just commented in the chat. The way that he got that guitar tone was going through Fiverr. So that's cool to know. He also said that was his first song that he submitted. Very cool to know that as well. And that was the first one he's ever released. So if that's your first one, I could let you hear some of the first ones I released, and good night. They're not even close to that. So keep it up. Keep it up. You're doing an awesome job. And if that was recorded mainly on the iPad, yeah, you're well on your way to making some good quality music, man. All right, so this is Russell Wyatt's song, Inbound, 3969-428-7204-05541-365. I'm assuming all those numbers were not meant to be left on there, that the song is just called Inbound. Then again, it might be. Let's take a listen. Ooh. A little overcompressed, but sounding good.
Can take the wrong from right. Only a sinner can take the dark from light. Only a sinner can take the right from wrong. Only a sinner can sing the devil's song. Only a sinner.
Like the vocals, man.
Only a sinner.
It's working, Keith.
Only a sinner can sweeten bitter tears. Only a sinner can brush away your fears. Only a sinner can take the heart from soul. Only a sinner can pay the devil's toll. Only a sinner.
Ooh.
Only a sinner. Only a sinner. Only a sinner.
Great vocals, man.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoa,
Lots of good guitar work here today. Excellent stereo guitar there. That was a cool little ending there. Gave it that live feel. Excellent song. The bass was just a little bit overpowering. Great use of the double-tracked guitars, though. Great use of the stereo field. The vocals were definitely up front. There was times when the slapback delay on those, or the reverb, whichever one it was, the plate reverb, was just a little bit overpowering. But maybe it was actually done for taste. If that's the case, then disregard that. In and of itself, the mix could have a little bit more balance to it, but it was definitely a good song. You could definitely tell there was a lot that went into it, as someone has already said in the mix here, or in the chat here. Actually, that was Bops Studios who said that. So yeah, just a few minor tweaks to that, and I think that song would really, really take off. With that bass, I also noticed that it was masking the kick a lot. So a little bit of ducking compression on that kick, some parallel compression, or sidechain compression rather, to the kick drum would definitely help that kick drum to poke through a little bit more. Maybe even boost a little bit around 65 hertz on that kick drum, just to kind of give a little more thump. Other than that, sounds really good. You guys, I'm telling you what, I was hoping I'd be like, well, there's a definite winner. I'll just pick the winner here on the stream today. I'm going to probably have to stew on this one. I really am, because I thought for sure I had a winner earlier, and then I start listening to the rest of these. I'm like, I don't know now. Okay, so last but not least, Tim Consley's Do You Know the Way remix. Let's check it out. Oh, sorry. That is one more thing that I wanted to bring up about Russell Wyatt's mix. It was very heavily compressed or distorting in some areas. So bring them levels down a little bit more when you're exporting that thing. If it's clipping the master fader, you definitely don't want that. If you have a limiter on it, then you definitely need to make sure that you're not hitting that limiter all the time. Otherwise, you're crushing your dynamics. So with that being said, that's the last thing I'll offer up about that last song. So, okay, let's check it. Tim Consley, Do You Know the Way?
Down the path that you're walking all alone, will it last? Can you make it on your own? No turning back. Now you're lost and all alone, falling fast. But
Wow.
there's someone who'll take you home. Do you know the way that leads to eternal life? Do you know who said, when the world cuts like a knife, will you choose this day, or will you put up a fight? Do you know the way?
Wow.
By yourself, you sit alone in all your grief on the shelf. You can't even find relief, never tell, too afraid to even feel in darkest hell. But there is one whose love is real. Do you know the way that leads to eternal life? Do you know who said, when the world cuts like a knife, will you choose this day, or will you put up a fight? Do you know the way? You've been looking, you've been searching.
Very cool. Wow. Tim, that was an awesome song. I love the lyrics of the song. The vibe of the song was awesome. There were some balancing issues. There were a few timing issues. I think that it was throwing it off for me. The guitars definitely sounded live. They definitely sounded punchy. The bass seemed like it needed a little bit more taming, just some nestling into the mix. Man, great song though. Each and every one of you that submitted a song this time around, absolutely amazing. For those of you who did submit a song, let's give a round of applause to you for submitting a song, because I know it's not easy. It's one of those things that, let's 2 rounds of applause. When you're putting yourself out there, you've put your blood, your sweat, your tears into these songs, and you're bearing them on your sleeve and putting them out there. It's not easy. But man alive, this just goes to show just the small amount, just a fraction of the amount of talent that's here every single week whenever we go through all of these. And yes, as Mark is saying, it's very nerve-wracking. But I have to say, man, every single one of these submissions has been off the charts. And I'm kind of leaning more towards like what Keith just said. Maybe instead of picking the one that I feel like was the best, maybe the one that I feel like could benefit the most from a professional mix, and one that would, because it's really hard to pick a best on this. I mean, every one of them, there's such a wide variety of genres that's represented here and styles that it would be hard to pick a best unless we had like categories like best for pop, best for rock, best for acid trip music, like best for neural enhancement, making you want to pass out. I mean, so it would be hard to pick a best from that category, as it always is. But usually there's sort of like a clear winner that comes out on top. And this time, man, it's just not hitting me. Every one of them was so incredibly good. So along Keith's, lines of thought, maybe I'll pick one that I feel like was good and that would benefit from a professional mix. I don't know. We'll see. Mark says, yes, it's a teaching channel, so that would be cool. Absolutely. And for those of you who have submitted songs, is there anybody in the chat, by way of letting me know now, is there anybody in the chat who, if your song did get selected, you would be diametrically opposed to me presenting that mix live, like doing a live mix of that song? Like if you've submitted a song and you're like, if you do pick my song, that'd be great, but I'd rather you mix it and just send it to me personally. I don't want it to be broadcasted to the world. If there's anyone who has submitted a song and you're like, no, please don't do that to mine, let me know. That way, if your song does get picked, then I can get a hold of you and say, okay, we have this agreement. I'm not going to post this live. But generally speaking, the thing that I like to do is the one that is picked. I know in times past, like Mark George's song, the song by Michael Reynolds, Gray, that he just did, another awesome song. We did a mixed breakdown on that one. I didn't do a live mix of it, but we did a mixed breakdown on it. And then Mark George's songs, we've done live mixes of them. So you get to see me actually mix it live. I think it's a great tool. In fact, that last video that I just did of Mark's is really starting to get some traction. Some people have already commented on how much they've learned from that video, and that's really what this is all about. If I go over to that video now and check it out, we are looking at, right now, we're looking at 309 views in one day, and we have 31 likes on that video already. And I say we because whenever we do this, this is all of us together, Related thought, choose a song that you could use to teach a specific technique so we gradually learn more. Ooh, that's a good point too. Very, very good. Awesome. Okay, so if there is no negative connotation from me sharing someone's submission, then I will take the next few days to go over these some more. And I'll take into account what Bops Studios has said, and I'll also take into account what Keith has said. I'll try to pick one that I feel like would benefit the most from a professional mix, and one also that could benefit from some various teaching. Like, I know, for instance, earlier I talked about sidechaining the kick to the bass. A lot of you might know how to do that, but there are some still who don't. So maybe that would be one thing that I could cover in one of these, or stereo widening like the right way, or EQ decisions. That's always a huge thing for individuals is, you know, how do I EQ things to get them to fit well together? So yeah, you're right, Jimmy Ellison. I'm going to quit trying to say your last name. I'm almost positive you said it was Ellison, but I'm just going to call you Jay or Jimmy. I'm going to quit trying to say your last name because I feel like I'm butchering it and I don't want to do that. Compression. Yes, that's a good idea. And I think with the exception of maybe 2 or 3 of these songs, there were some that could benefit from some compression as well. Not on the entire song. Well, some of them on the entire song, but some of them just on individual instruments. Like the bass, for instance, in Marcel Walden's song. So yeah, there's a lot of things I feel like that could have been touched upon here. So I will definitely take all of that into consideration when I'm making my final decision. And when I do make my decision, I'll be sure to post who I feel like the winner was. And then I will reach out to that person and make sure first, before I ever go forward with a live mixing demonstration or a live mix breakdown, that I ask them first, as I know that, you know, when you submit a song, and yeah, you might be getting a free mix and master, but you're not only signing up for that free mix and master to be broadcast. So if that's something that you are like, nah, I'd rather you not do that, then I totally understand. Totally understand. So before we go, let's spin the wheel. I'm going to go get Casey so he can kick us off here with the wheel. Take it away, Casey.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Casey Kasem. We're here to spin the wheel. That's right. Wherever the wheel lands, that's what we'll do. Coming in at number 15 on the top 20 countdown. Wait a minute. What? I'm just supposed to spin the wheel. Okay. Thanks, Robert. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a favorite. That's right. Take it back, Robert.
All right, so thanks, Casey. So we so easily could just say, what was your favorite song? But I think that would be a little bit one-sided, and then that would sway my opinion, and I don't want to do that. So let's think of something else as far as a favorite. Let's, okay. What was your favorite Black Friday deal? As much as I hated Black Friday deals, as much as I hated my inbox being flooded with them, and in fact, I did an entire podcast against Black Friday deals, I still took advantage of one. There was a plugin that I went ahead and purchased because it was dirt cheap. So what was your favorite Black Friday deal? Free CLA reverb. Oh yeah, nice. I've seen so many people doing videos on that I was actually going to download it myself and try it out. And I thought, no, I'm not. I may still, I'm just, if any of you have followed the channel for very long, you know that I do not like waves, and I wasn't about to start liking them just because Chris Lord Algae released a plugin. No deals. Bob's Studio says I needed one. Nice. Well, that's definitely a good one. I do have to say, I really like the idea of that reverb, and it looked absolutely amazing. I still may, if it's free within the next week or two, I still may go and download it, but I know it's going to ask me to try to update. And all of the Waves plugins that I use, which is very few now, I mean very few, they're all still on version 9, I think. And I don't want to upgrade because as soon as you do, it takes over your entire computer. It starts downloading stuff that you never even asked for. Then you try to get in touch with Waves, and they are, most of the time, at least for me, they've been jerks. So I steer clear of that. Keith Lane says his actual favorite wasn't a deal. It was a new wavetable synth called Vital. I seen that. Yeah. It's almost up to series standards. Nice. Serum's standards. Jimmy, he says this year, actually just, any Black Friday deal that maybe you've taken advantage of in the past as well. It's just a favorite, so just throw one out there. Bop Studio says he did buy Ozone 9. Ooh, that's pricey. It was on sale, though. Be a good time to actually get it, so. Uh-oh. Mark has his eyes on another freebie VSTI instrument. $100, that's not bad at all for Ozone 9. Herky Acuff, there we go. He says, I purchased nothing, would prefer to learn all that Cakewalk has first. That's a good idea. Very good approach. So I want to show you guys, if you haven't listened, to the podcast as of yet, I want to show you a little something here. Ooh, Santa got him a new keyboard. Nice. Let's see. Audio Surgeon says the podcast was awesome. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I was actually very impressed to know that you were actually listening to it. Someone was actually listening. Couldn't believe it. You do this stuff for years and you hardly ever get feedback sometimes. You just wonder. Okay. Here we go. I wanted to show you guys this. I played around with this for the podcast. And I wanted to share it with you guys here while we're here today. Because no, this doesn't have to end. The M Audio Key Station 49. Nice. Very nice. Keith says he don't do podcasts. He's too busy. That's kind of the reason why I do podcasts, because I'm busy. I could be mowing the yard. I can be, well, not right now, but I can be mowing the yard. I can be soldering up cables. I can be doing schoolwork or something like that and listen to something entertaining or educational at the same time. Sort of multitask. So, at any rate, let's check out this. I call this The Battle. Check this out.
It's the year 2020. Civil unrest is at an all-time high. Tensions are flaring between superpowers, and the world has been thrust into a worldwide pandemic. Amidst all of the chaos looms a great cloud that hovers over the people of planet Earth. What is this menacing fog that clouds the minds of those stricken with the poverty that this pandemic has brought on? None other than Black Friday. This brazen enemy of the world is not shrouded in propaganda. It's not buried under subterfuge. It's boldly marching into the minds of all of those who would behold it. Will you join the resistance? Will you fight against the marketing genius? Will you stand against its tyranny? Or will you fall prey to its allurement?
All right, so what we'll try to do is go ahead and flank them from this edge, and then we'll... Oh, hold on a second.
Sir, Corporal Smith reporting for duty. Permission to speak, Sergeant.
Permission granted, Corporal.
Sir, we've got more fallen and more wounded.
What? How does this keep happening? You know, you would think with all the countermeasures that we've put in place, the years of training and the constant reprogramming attempts, that they'd be wise to the enemy's tactics by now.
Sir, they've resorted to using gas against them.
Oh no, not gear acquisition syndrome.
Yes, sir, but it gets worse. They've brought in the big guns. The SS. They're offering the VMS-1 for $4.99 with a free mic pack.
What? That's $300 off the original price.
It doesn't stop there either. Sources tell us that the plug-in companies are also offering nearly 75% off their original prices as well.
Plug-ins? No, that always gets them.
Intel has informed us that most of the men that have fallen prey for the plug-in deals already have so many options that they haven't even used half of them.
Paralysis by overwhelm. Don't they understand that if they just learn the tools that they have first, they'd be able to make better informed buying decisions? What else do we got?
Well, sir, it's...
This is Bravo Team. HSS, do you copy?
This is Sergeant McClellan of the HSS 1982 Division. Go ahead.
Sir, we have trouble on the home front. It seems that some of the men are neglecting Christmas for their families to appease their insatiable lust for gear.
Oh my Lanta. When will it stop?
There's also talks of incredible deals bleeding over into December, sir. We'll keep you posted as things develop. Bravo Team, over and out.
Thanks for the update, Bravo Team. Corporal Smith, what were you wanting to tell me about?
Yeah, can I get that in blue? Ooh, yeah, 12 months, same as cash?
Corporal.
Oh, yeah.
Who is that on the line?
Oh, I gotta go.
Give me that phone. Oh, sweet home Alabama. That was Tyler, the sales rep from Sweetwater, wasn't it?
No, sir. His name is Ty Heyman. Listen, it's not what you think. I got approved for a $2,000 credit limit, and I get...
Corporal, you are out of your mind. That's how they rope you in. Next thing you know, they'll be upping your spending limits and sending you catalogs every quarter. Call them back. There's still time to make a counterstrike. Tell them that you'd like to cancel your order this instant.
Sergeant, I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
They just got the guitar in that I've been wanting.
You know what the wife will say. Don't you have enough guitars?
Yes, sir, but it's in the Lake Placid blue with locking tuners and outfitted with noiseless pickups.
Oh, sweet Mother Mary. It's a Fender, isn't it?
Yes, sir. They've even agreed to throw in a flight case.
Leo Fender. He's taken up more of my men than I dare count. Corporal, did you happen to say Lake Placid blue?
Satin finish on the neck and a free fender strap to boot.
All right, stop. Enough is enough. Give me that phone, Corporal.
But sir.
That's an order.
Here, sir.
All right, now get out of my sight. I'm going to take care of this once and for all.
But sir,
You can report here tomorrow at first light to reclaim your device. But as of now, you need to relocate yourself to anywhere but here. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now get out. Ty? Hey, great work on the Lake Placid blue. By the way, do you have any more of those in stock?
Okay. That was just a quick little snippet there I put at the end of the podcast. Or towards the end of the podcast. But anyway, that was my Black Friday battle plan. So it was meant to be sort of like a funny audio drama type thing. However, there's a lot of truth in it too, because a lot of times, we end up thinking that if we just buy more stuff, it's going to make us sound better or make us be better. And in actuality, it doesn't. It just appeases us for a little bit longer until some new shiny object comes along. And then we're stuck in this vicious cycle of trying to learn new things and still never learning the fundamentals. That's kind of the point I was getting at. But at any rate, thank you all so much for joining us on the stream today. Some excellent submissions. I got my work cut out for me for picking a winner. Love each and every one of you. So glad that you all showed up. So glad for the first timers. So glad that we have individuals on here who have never been on here before. You guys are awesome. Make sure that if you have not already, that you subscribe to the channel. Click that bell icon so that every time I go live or I upload a new video, you'll be the first to know. And definitely stay in the loop. There's lots of ways that you can stay in the loop. There's the Facebook page. There's the YouTube channel here. There's a community tab here on the YouTube channel. And if you guys would like to go and check that podcast out, here's a link to the podcast. It's in at the Apple iTunes store, but you can also listen to it on my website. You can listen to it on Stitcher. You can listen to it on... There's all kinds of places you can listen to it on. Just research Home Studio Simplified Podcast and it'll pop up, and you're more than welcome to go and listen to that. There's 55 episodes now. I've been doing that for quite some time, trying to do one a month. Every once in a while, I'll I got to pass on them. But at any rate, thanks you all for showing up. Thank you so much for those who donated through the Super Chat. We have a total of $14.99 today from the Super Chat. That would not be possible if it were not for generosity that has been shown here today. You guys are just awesome. Great songs, everybody. Great attitudes. Love each and every one of you. Until next time, remember that this channel exists to simplify the complexities of the home studio and to help you make professional sounding music in a less than professional space. We can dream alone and we can create alone, but together we can achieve so much more.